Awa's warm smile and friendly nature made her customers feel happy and valued, and they couldn't wait to come back for more. However, there was something about Awa that made suitors very hesitant to marry her.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, and comment. And as a matter of fact, I love you all.
Once upon a time, in a lovely Nigerian village, there lived a young lady named Awa. She was not only very beautiful but also had a heart full of kindness. Awa's days were filled with joy as she spent most of her time at the village market, where she sold vegetables. People would line up to buy from her, praising the vibrant colors and delicious flavors of her produce. Awa's warm smile and friendly nature made her customers feel happy and valued, and they couldn't wait to come back for more. However, there was something about Awa that made suitors very hesitant to marry her. Awa was a single mother to a lovely daughter. Every time a suitor came asking for her hand in marriage, they would leave upon discovering she had a child. Some would say mean things to her like, "No man will marry you because you're a single mom." Others would say, "You're damaged goods," or, "No man wants to raise another man's child." Some even went as far as calling her second-hand, telling her they couldn't marry a second-hand bride. There was a time when an elderly man came to Awa's home, asking for her hand in marriage and requesting that she become his seventh wife. His reasoning was that no man would ever marry her again, so he was her best option. Awa's heart ached deeply from the hurtful words they left her with. They spoke to her in such a rude and cruel manner that it made her feel terrible about herself. You might be wondering how Awa became a single mom. Let me tell you how it happened. Awa was in love with someone she trusted deeply. He promised to marry her, but when she became pregnant, he abandoned her. It made Awa feel sad and scared because, as a very young girl, she didn't know what to do. Her own mother couldn't help her, so Awa went to live with her grandmother. Her grandma was very kind and took care of her until the baby was born. But then, something very sad happened. Awa's grandmother passed away, leaving Awa to take care of her baby all by herself. Since then, Awa has done her best to provide for her little girl by selling vegetables at the market. She also had a friend named Ashley, who helped look after her daughter whenever Awa went to the market. One day, Ashley suggested that Awa should hide her daughter from suitors or send her far away from the village to work as a maid. That way, suitors wouldn't find out she had a child, and before long, she would get married. But Awa refused. She believed that anyone who truly loved her should love her daughter too. She told Ashley that she could never hide her child from anyone. Ashley then told Awa that she would just continue wallowing in her sorrows if she didn't hide her daughter to get married. Awa would watch as other women her age found love and started families, while she remained alone, feeling like an outsider at social gatherings. She felt the stares and heard the whispers behind her back, wondering if she was good enough for anyone. Sometimes, even well-meaning friends and family members would offer unsolicited advice, suggesting she focus solely on her daughter and forget about finding love. They didn't understand the longing in her heart for companionship and the desire to build a family with someone who accepted both her and her child. Despite the challenges, Awa remained resilient, holding on to the hope that one day she would meet someone who valued her for who she was, not just as a single mother but as a woman with dreams and aspirations. Awa refused to let the judgment of others define her worth or dictate her future, so she continued with her vegetable business, holding on to hope that she would meet her husband one day. One day, a young man, unkempt and in need of help, wandered into the market. He asked the villagers for assistance, but they all turned him away, calling him names. With her kind heart, Awa took pity on him and gave him money and food. The villagers mocked Awa for helping the man, saying, "Hope you won't get pregnant again. This one you're following, this poor beggar, you won't look for a good suitor. You're now going after a poor beggar. Don't get pregnant again, or you'll die single." Awa paid them no mind. For weeks, the young man kept coming to Awa's stall at the market, and Awa always assisted him with money and food. The villagers continued mocking her. One day, the man came to the market searching for Awa as usual, but he was told that she didn't come that day. Disappointed, he went back home. The next day, the young man returned to the market, hoping to see Awa again, but she still wasn't there. Determined to find her, he asked around and eventually found her house, where he saw Awa caring for her sick daughter. Grateful for her kindness, the young man expressed his love for her and proposed marriage. Awa was surprised but told him about her daughter. To her amazement, he didn't mind at all. He promised to love and care for her daughter as his own. Awa hesitated, wondering how they would manage without a job or money, but he assured her that they would be happy together. Excitedly, Awa agreed to marry him, and he promised to return in 7 days for the ceremony. Awa shared the news with the villagers and her friend Ashley, but instead of rejoicing, they mocked her for marrying a poor man. On the 7th day, the young man returned, not as a beggar, not as a poor man, but with riches beyond imagination. He revealed himself to be a wealthy merchant from a neighboring village who had disguised himself to find true love and kindness, as everyone around him had only cared about his money. Awa was shocked and surprised but filled with joy because she knew her days of mockery were over. She realized that at last, God had shown up for her. Even the villagers were surprised and regretful for how they had treated him earlier. Awa and her daughter were overjoyed, and they married in a grand ceremony, living happily ever after. In Awa's journey, we see the struggles that many single mothers face, the loneliness, the stigma, and the societal pressure to conform to narrow standards of acceptability. But we also see her strength, her determination, and her unwavering belief in love and acceptance. The story of Awa reminds us to treat single mothers with kindness and compassion, to recognize their worth beyond their relationship status, and to celebrate the resilience it takes to navigate the challenges of single parenthood. Secondly, true love sees beyond appearances and material wealth. It values kindness, compassion, and acceptance. Awa's unwavering honesty and kindness led her to find true love, while the villagers' prejudice caused them to miss out on genuine friendship and happiness. So always be kind and open-hearted, for you never know where you will find true love and happiness. Thank you so much for supporting African Stories with Jimmy. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we drop another interesting story like this. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate you.